She performs all over the tri-state area. You may have seen her on The View, The Sopranos, and on Saturday Night Live. Please give it up for Ellen Orchid.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey. How's your dinner going?
Good.
Isn't the food incredible here?
Yes.
How about a round of applause for Mario's? Absolutely Mario's. And the wonderful food, wonderful service. I can't think of a cozier place to be on a rainy night like this. I'm from Manhattan. I took the railroad out here, and the homes are beautiful. I live in a shoebox.
Yeah.
You know? My apartment is so small, I can't even watch 3D movies. It's a studio apartment. It's basically one room. My whole apartment's the size of this room. It needs a paint job, but I can't afford to lose the square footage. And when you live in a small apartment, one thing, you cannot shop at Costco. You can't buy in bulk, right? If I come home with a 16-pack of toilet paper, something else has to go. Like the toilet. I have to have toilet paper faxed to me, one sheet at a time. I have a Murphy bed. You know what that is? One of those beds that folds up to save space. I also have a Murphy shower, a Murphy dresser, a Murphy sink, a Murphy dog, and a Murphy cat. Of course, the cat is a short hair. My stove is so small I can only cook appetizers. Yeah, but Manhattan has a lot of wonderful things. I love the Broadway scene, the theater. Any fans of Broadway here? Broadway musicals, yeah? Anybody see anything recently? Great Gatsby. How was that? Amazing, right? I mean, it's amazing. These people are creative geniuses. They can make a musical about anything, I believe. A few years ago, there was a musical called Titanic. And I ran to get tickets because I couldn't imagine how on earth could you make a musical about a disaster like that. I mean, what songs could you possibly do? Clang, clang, clang went the lifeboat. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Glug, glug, glug went my husband. Because he just couldn't swim too well. Jazz hands. Or how about, do you see that iceberg? It makes you wonder what awful subject will they make a musical about next. Melanoma, the musical. I had a mole. I had it removed, Mama. It wasn't benign, Papa. And 'cause it wasn't benign, the future's not fine. I don't have much time. Oh! Glaucoma, I can't see a thing. My eyes are blurred. Oh, glaucoma, I can't see a thing. Where did you go? Do. Broadway, Broadway. These shows are great, but the tickets, as we know, they're very expensive. So here's a tip. Don't go to the theater when you're tired. I once did. I took a $200 nap. You ever walk into a theater and there's a big sign, attention, this show contains loud noise, flashing lights, smoke effects. I'm thinking, you know, that is very nice of them to warn us. But hey, I just came through Times Square. I saw Elmo French kissing the naked cowboy. I saw drug dealers, pickpockets, tourists from Florida. Those folks are packing. Flashing lights. What about the LED screens in Times Square? I already had my seizure. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn, New York originally. Any Brooklynites here? Oh, wow. What part of Brooklyn are you from? Williamsburg. Wonderful. That's very trendy now. Very hip. How do you like Long Island? It's great, right? How about, who else is, where are the other Brooklynites? Park Slope. Oh, that's a beautiful area. Very family-oriented. I grew up in a neighborhood in Brooklyn with a very cheerful name, Gravesend. Why did my parents pick Gravesend? What about Pleasantville? Grew up in Gravesend, Brooklyn. How do they promote Gravesend? Life moving too fast for you. Come to Gravesend, we'll slow it down. Actually, it was pretty much okay. It was very nice. It was an Italian neighborhood, but we grew up on Avenue X. Even the street was in the witness protection program. My mom taught math, my father taught English at the local high school. That's where they met. I think they got together and said, let's have a kid and see how she does on the SATs. For them, school was everything. Our house was full of school supplies. When they got engaged, I think they registered at Staples. There's a lot of pressure to do good in school. Well in school. Sorry. Little grammar joke. Some girls are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I got a number 2 pencil. I was such a nerd. I was not popular with the boys. I had to beat them on with a stick. Nobody asked me to the prom, but I refused to go alone. I brought a book. Yeah. I'm a divorced gal. It's working. It's absolutely working. I mean, nobody wants to get divorced, but if things are not going well, it's a nice get-out-of-jail card to have. I believe that divorce is important. As they say in Star Wars, may divorce be with you. But instead of the word divorce, how about something a little more playful, like certified pre-owned? I may have a little mileage and some dents, but the engine still runs. Yeah. Every year I actually celebrate the anniversary of my divorce. I watch my wedding video backwards. If you have any friends that are divorced, you could recommend this. This is very therapeutic because it's like an undoing. You know, first you see the bouquet flying into my hand. We take the rings off. We look at each other and go, do I? Yeah. And I found marriage difficult. In our case, it started with a courtship, and that ship was headed right to court. And you got to remember, it's a legal contract, folks, for better or worse, richer or poorer, sickness or health. What other contract would you sign where you agree to contradictory terms? I wanted better, richer, and health. I'm sure that's what I circled. Yeah. But we had 2 beautiful children, and I'm grateful, very grateful. Do we have any parents here today? Give yourselves a round of applause. That is the hardest job in the world. And the hours are terrible. Those of you that are not parents, let me ask you something. What do you do for aggravation? Yeah, no, kids are wonderful. I feel very blessed, but it's not easy raising them, especially when they're small. I have a son and a daughter. As a single mom, people always come up to you and go, maybe tell me if you've heard this. Enjoy them while they're young. It goes so fast. You hear that all the time. No, it doesn't. Who said no, it doesn't? That's my friend there. Yeah, no, it does not go fast. It went like a snail on Valium. It couldn't have gone slow. Time was going backwards. I remember long, rainy afternoons playing hide and seek. They always found me. My sister said, Ellen, stop complaining. You blink and they're in college. I tried that. Nope, they were still in front of the TV. Then they get into school, the homework starts. Unbelievable. You have to help them. They take their books, they have so many books, they have to use suitcases to go to school. You drop them off, they look like little flight attendants. I didn't know whether to say, have fun at school or call me when you land. I walk around like a policewoman. I don't see you studying. My daughter goes, I don't see you cleaning. I know, she's got a mouth on her. I walk around, my daughter's always on Facebook, my son's always on Xbox, and I'm always on Xanax. That stays in the room, right? We just keep it between us, yeah. And the homework, oh my God, it never ends. Every year we had to come up with a science fair project. My favorite one, what wine helps mom pass out faster? I really enjoyed the research on this one. My kids were in a high school in South Brooklyn where they had to take Latin. Latin. How practical is that? Ridiculous, right? Pig Latin would have been more practical. What, are they going to get a job working in the Holy Roman Empire? Going to do an internship for Julius Caesar? Latin. I ran up to the school, and I don't like to complain, but I went up to the principal. I said, come on, you got to give us something we're in South Brooklyn. Give us something that's practical. Russian. He said, "Yet." Yeah, I raised the kids in South Brooklyn, Russian neighborhood. You know there's even a Russian mafia? How does this work? Do they make you an offer you can't pronounce? Now my kids are grown. My daughter's 30. My son's 28. They're so independent. They have no time for me. I miss them. I called my son. I said, Marky, can we hang out this weekend? He goes, Mom, you don't understand. I'm busy. I'm a grown-ass man. I said, I know. I helped you grow that ass. I called my daughter, Debbie, can we hang out this weekend? She goes, how did you get this number? It gets lonely. It gets lonely, folks. I go to the dentist just to hear a man say, open wide. You too? Yep, you do what you have to do. Yeah, I'm dating now. And are you single?
Thank God.
Thank God. Oh, okay. All right, I can take a hint. A hint. That was an outright rejection. It's okay, I'm tough. I'm a tough boy. I'm on all the dating sites. It's not going well. You probably heard of some of these sites. J Don't. E Agony. Okay Stupid. It's hard. I'm on Match.com. Do you know why they call it Match? Because all your dreams go up in flames. Yeah, but I don't give up. I keep trying. I read the profiles very carefully. This one guy on his profile on Match, for his self-summary, I mean, the guy is, all he writes is Jets, Mets, Nets. That's his entire self-summary. So I was pissed off. I said, really? That's it? That's the summary of your life? So I decided to mess with him. I wrote back, Giants, Yankees, Knicks. We're engaged. And one guy on his profile, body type, he writes, a little extra. Okay, where exactly? Girls curious, just where exactly? And some of these guys are very weird. One guy wrote, I love animals. And I thought, oh yes, me too. And then he writes in parentheses, broiled or fried. No, that's a big no, right? You bet, you bet. And I went out with one guy, there were so many red flags. I thought I was at the Chinese embassy. It's very hard. I went on a date. It was going well. It was in a beautiful restaurant like this one. Beautiful meal. Guy looks great. I was very encouraged. At the end, he goes, look, I gotta tell you, Ellen, you're really not my type. You're too nice. So I shot him. He sent me flowers. That's messed up. I answered the guy's personal ad. First question, what do you look like? Are you a 10? I said, look, I'm exhausted. I might be a 5 twice a week. How about I'm a 7 and oh, you're 3. Could you work with that? I said, I'm kind of a librarian, school teacher type. I could be a 10 in the Dewey Decimal System. Yeah, it does get lonely, as I said. You ever ride the subway and then you hear this sign, a crowded subway car is no excuse for unwanted touching. Fine, but what about those of us? I'd like a little unwanted touching. Consensual unwanted. How about an unwanted touching car? Just the last car of the subway, just for that. No. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Sometimes you get lonely, but right now my closest relationship is with Bert, who's my Chihuahua. Any dog lovers? What kind of dog do you have?
A Shih Tzu and a Maltese Poodle.
Oh, are those adorable? A Shih Tzu and a Maltese Poodle? Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, these creatures, just godly. The love they give. And I want to end with, let's see. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. If we have just, I'm almost finished. But, we're getting into tax season. Has anyone started their taxes yet? Have you? How's it going? Finished? Oh, good for you.
Get the money back from me.
What? Are you single? It's a guy with a good head on his shoulders. I've been looking for an accountant. I called my son. He goes, Ma, I have a really good accountant. He's this Russian guy. He promised you'll pay no taxes. No taxes. And they say he got his CPA in prison. I said, what is this, H&R cell block? Is he going to give me a Shawshank deduction? Anyway, you've been a wonderful audience. It's lovely to meet you all. Any single men interested, I'll be at the bar. My name is Ellen Orchid. Thank you very much.
Ellen Orchid. Before we bring up our headline, do we have any cat lovers here? I have a cat, and I think my cat is sick. She hasn't thrown up in 2 weeks. Should I be worried?
Yes.
Okay. I adopted this kitten from a shelter. I felt bad.